It has never been easier to win with AI, but that window is slowly closing as we move towards 2026. AI tools are finally powerful enough for business owners to create real leverage. But in a few months it'll be normal, and this early advantage completely disappears. The real threat isn't the amount of tools, it's actually the distraction that comes with them. I see business owners really struggling to pick the right tools. They're stuck with fear of missing out, they have constant anxiety of being replaced, and this is just not a good state to live in. In this video, I'm going to give you the exact framework that I've used with 6, 7, and even 8-figure clients to cut through the AI noise and pick the best opportunities for 2026. If we haven't met yet, my name is Liam. I've helped a lot of companies save some serious money and time by using AI the right way. So if you'd like some professional help applying AI to your business, I've actually opened up 3 free consult spots in the description below. It's first come, first serve, so I hope to see you there, and now let's dive into the first framework. Alright, so on the screen you can see quite a lot of value here. I've prepared a lot of things for you. You can download a bunch of free templates as well, including a 15-day AI challenge plan. You can download that in the description for free. I'm also going to give you a download of a, almost 80-page slide deck of an AI audit presentation that I've done. The amount of value in this video, I hope, is going to be a lot for you guys, especially those getting into AI. But I'm going to start at the top and walk you through every single step of my framework. So let's start with the presentation that I've made actually, because it outlines a pretty important problem very, very well. So if we just go onto the slideshow here, you're going to see that quite a lot of people have tried ChatGPT, right? Maybe people already know what my GPTs are. People have probably tried Gemini. But even less people have tried N8N, especially business owners. Even less people even know that Manus exists. And less people know that you can actually build voice agents that speak like real humans. Now, the problem is that in the last 6 months, if you were to guess how many tools are on screen, is it like 10, 20, 30, 100? You'd be wrong, because it's actually over 1,000 new tools created in the last 6 months. And if you do the math, that's about every 4 hours a new AI tool gets released. And this is crazy because the picture actually shouldn't look like this. It should look much more like this. So the point is, if you feel overwhelmed, you're definitely not alone. But how can you keep up? Well, the only real strategy is you don't. That's quite genuinely the solution. You cannot keep up. Don't try to keep up. It's not possible. Even someone like me who does this full time can't keep up. So there's 2 AI transformation approaches. The top-down version, which is probably what you're doing right now, and then also the bottom-up version, which is what I call the vacuum. Let's start with the funnel. So basically what you're probably doing is you see all of these AI opportunities and you're trying to pick the right ones, you're trying to funnel them into your business and squeeze them in. Now the problem with this is that you get very distracted, you have constant anxiety because this funnel up here, this is also just filling up. Right? There's not going to be less AI tools. Literally by the time you've finished watching this video, there's going to be another tool, most likely. So this is basically not the right way to do it, right? There's also no ROI from this because you're hopping from tool to tool. Now the other bottom-up version, which I call the vacuum, is much more lucrative and a lot more streamlined. So what you do here is you start with your business. You look at the core problems, bottlenecks, time spent. And from that, you then look at what's available in the market and you have someone help you to choose the right opportunities. And you only vacuum up 1 or 2. But the core difference here is that you have the focus and clarity to decide which problems you actually want to solve, and the tech only becomes secondary. It doesn't matter. Honestly, the tech, it's cool, it's fun, but the only thing that's going to get you ROI from day one, right, is to look at your problems, bottlenecks, and time spent, and then to just pick 1 or 2 tools to actually solve that. Now, how do I know which AI tools don't suck? This is where you do an AI audit. And I'm going to stop this presentation here because I want to show you on the board what an AI audit actually is. An AI audit is basically going through the company, mapping out the entire processes, and then figuring out which AI opportunities make sense and how much value they can bring to a company. And I've done this with many clients. If you want to do this with me, once again, you can book a call and chat to me for free. But to walk you through this, if you want to do this yourself, what you would first start with is a process audit. So really take the time to map out every process in a company. And I'm just going to zoom out a bit. I can't show everything that I've done, but I'm just going to kind of just going to give you an idea of how many processes and things that I've mapped. And this takes time, right? So you cannot speed run this. You can't rush this. Speak to everyone in the C-level, speak to people on the ground, speak to the cleaners, speak to everybody who has a role in your organization. From this, next what I do is I put all of that information into my AI brain, and I decide which softwares can we use, what is feasible, right? What are the legal boundaries in your country, for example? What is even possible? And from there, you would then go into the second phase, which is the opportunity audit. And the opportunity audit, there are a few tools that you can use. And here I'm going to go to the left because there's two tools that I like to use: the opportunity matrix and then also the 4 pillars. So the 4 pillars are basically, what are the 4 ways that you can use AI in your company? Whichever solution or idea you come up with, it'll be a combination of these. You can either use it to save money in form of human labor, right? For example, you have 3 receptionists right now. We could build a voice AI, which allows you to only have 1 receptionist and the other 2 focus on customer satisfaction, right? That's how you save money with AI. You can make money and earn money with AI by, for example, reactivating old leads. You can also use AI to have a better brand, 24/7 service, multilingual, and so on, right? That's just increasing your brand. And you can also use AI to collect and analyze data so you can make better decisions. And once you understand what opportunity you've just discovered, you can map that into this 4 pillars framework. Now I'm going to jump back over here just to kind of scroll through and show you an example. For an Airbnb company, a section of opportunities that we discovered were these. We could do phone calls for bookings, phone calls for maintenance and FAQs, text messages for bookings and FAQs and maintenance, then host onboarding, new listing creation, cleaner communication, restock recommendations, right? And then we also mapped out how much time this company was spending and how much money. Now next, we go into the opportunity audit, which is what I just explained. We look at the 4 pillars, and then we rank all of these opportunities. So as you can see, for example, a phone call that makes bookings is great because now you save money. Instead of paying a human $3,000 a month to sit on the phone, you can pay an AI $300 a month. You earn money because it's 24/7. You won't lose bookings after hours. Your brand gets improved because it could be that this AI speaks in many languages and people go to you and your brand because you offer this special service. And the data is collected because this AI can actually transcribe the calls and then afterwards analyze what was the customer sentiment, how many customers are booking for what reason, and so on, right? But for example, something like new listing creation only saves money because it's just internal, a drag, right? Same for restock recommendations. I actually found out that the cleaners were stealing from the company. They were stealing soap and dishwashing liquid and so on. And this company just wanted to have restock recommendation so that they could see how much should be stocked in this Airbnb and how much have the cleaners stolen based on the prognosis for the next month. And then you can put these into the opportunity matrix. So for this, I'm going to jump back into here because the opportunity matrix is divided into a 2x2 grid. And basically we rank the opportunities based on how hard they are on the y-axis. And on the x-axis, we have a look at the impact in the business. Now the difficulty, this is something that I can help you with. For example, in AI, let's go back to this example. An AI which makes phone calls, is able to decide when do I escalate a maintenance ticket, can I solve this problem myself? That's a pretty hard thing to build, but it also has a very high impact on the business because it saves, I think it was 6K that they were spending on these employees that were handling those tasks. So that's super high impact. Whereas something like restock recommendations, it'd be nice to have, but you might save $5 or $10 here because you realize that a cleaner has stolen a product. You're not actually saving that much money. Even worse, things like team onboarding. If you're not onboarding that many people, and this only saves you maybe 2 or 3 hours a month, it might be nice, but this is just not good because it's quite difficult, right? And it's also low impact. And the best ones are down here. They're easy to build, have a high impact. Like, for example, creating a new listing with AI, super easy. Really easy to do, and it saves you quite a few hours a month. So it's pretty obvious that you focus on these two categories, right? The easy wins and then also the big opportunities. And from there on, you have a look at the ROI. Now, the ROI is calculated in a very simple way. Let's say we take the AI phone caller as an example. Right, let's look at the hours that are saved, which in this case is 2 full-time employees, which means 6K a month. What is the AI cost? AI cost could be maybe 600 a month, right? What is the AI development cost? That might be 6,000. And the ROI at the end of the year might be something like 40, 50,000 on a project like this. And I'm not even kidding. That's the ROI that I see every single day from my clients. And if you want to see what your ROI is, I've made a call savings calculator, which I should be able to open. Let's see. Oh yeah, there we go. And you can input, look, we get 60 calls a day, or maybe we get 200 calls a day. We're paying our employees maybe 35,000 a year. The average call duration is maybe 4 minutes. And in that case, you can then also, I think this is the wrong formatting. There we go. You can see that you're probably currently paying 2 or 3 employees, right? 3 employees to handle these calls full time. If you click on generate, you'll see that, yep, we're going to save about 60,000 at the end of the year because the AI costs 2,000 a month, whereas we're currently paying 8,000 a month, kind of thing, right? And of course, this is a super quick insight. We'd obviously take a lot more time to work this out in more detail, but this can definitely give you an insight into into what is possible and how much money you could save with this. And I think now you're slowly starting to see that it's not about knowing all the new AI tools. It's about knowing a select few and then actually knowing what to build and which tools to use, but coming from a perspective of problems that you want to solve. Because at the end of the day, AI is just another revolution like the internet. It's the same thing as apps, same thing as social media. It's only good if they serve a purpose. So find your purpose, find the thing that you struggle with the most. And if you need help figuring out if AI can do it or not, I'm here for you. Book a call and also feel free to download all these templates for free in the description.